In first two part we complete question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4 from practice set 2.1. So today we solve question 5th. For finding AB and BC with the help of information given in the figure 2.20, complete the following activity. So in figure, triangle ABC is given, in which length AB is equal to length BC. So we write here AB equals to BC, which is given, and we have to find angle BAC. So if you observe the diagram, these two sides are equal, so it is isosceles triangle. One angle is 90, so this angle A must be 45 and angle C must be 45. So from that we write angle BAC equals to 45 here. Now this activity can be solved by two methods, by using Pythagoras theorem also, and by using 45 90 degree theorem also. So first we solve it, that is find the length AB and BC by using Pythagoras theorem. So see, in triangle ABC, angle ABC equals to 90 degree. So we use here Pythagoras theorem. AB and BC are the adjacent sides, so its squares and sum is equals to hypotenuse square. So we write AB square plus BC square equals to AC square, that is Pythagoras theorem. Now in this AB equals to BC given, so we replace this BC by AB, so we get AB square, so we write here twice AB square, and value of AC which is given, value of AC is given root 8, so square and square root cancel, so AC square is 8. So dividing by 2 on both sides we get AB square equals to 8 by 2, that is 4. So we have to find the value of AB, again taking square root of both sides, so the value of AB is 2. Now AB and BC are of equal length, so we write AB equals to BC equals to 2. So we get this part, AB equals to BC, or we can say here this first box we fill this by 2. Now we use second property, that is 45 90 degree property. If acute angle of a right angle triangle are 45 and 45, then each of the perpendicular sides is 1 by root 2 times the hypotenuse. We know that side opposite to 45 degree is 1 by root 2 times the hypotenuse. So using that property we fill these 4 boxes. So in first we have to write AB equals to BC, so these are the sides opposite to 45 degree angle. So we write here AB equals to BC equals to 1 by root 2 times hypotenuse. So see, angle BAC equals to 45 degree. So this angle at A is 45. So we write here angle BAC equals to 45. Since AB equals to BC, so for these two we write in one line AB equals to 1 by root 2 times AC and BC also 1 by root 2 times AC. So AB equals to BC equals to 1 by root 2 times AC, that is by property of 45 90 degree theorem. Now we substitute the value of AC. In diagram value of AC is given root 8, so we write here root 8. So we split up this 8 in 4 into 2 factor or 2 into 4 factor. So taking the square root of 2 and square root of 4, so square root of 2 we cannot calculate, so we write this square root of 2 as it is, and square root of 4 is 2. So this root 2 get cancelled, we get AB equals to BC equals to 2. So in this way we can solve this activity by using both Pythagoras theorem and by using property of 45 90. See next question. Find the side and perimeter of square whose diagonal is 10 centimeter. So first we consider here square ABCD whose diagonal 10 centimeter which is given. So we first consider length, that is a centimeter, and we have to find perimeter. Perimeter means total length of these sides of square. So see, in a square of side say a centimeter, any diagonal divide the square into two right angles of equal dimensions. Here this statement says, if we consider a square of length a centimeter, its diagonal, here diagonal BD, bisect this square into two right angle of equal dimensions. So we use here Pythagoras theorem. So here we use Pythagoras theorem. See this triangle ABD. This side AB perpendicular to AD, and this is hypotenuse for triangle ABD. So the diagonal BD is hypotenuse. So length of AB is A, length of AD is A, and length of BD is 10 given. So use the Pythagoras theorem. AB square plus AD square equals to BD square. Here AB is A, so we write here A square. AD is also A, we write A square, and hypotenuse BD which is 10, so we write A square plus A square equals to 10A square. So A square plus A square, we write twice A square. 10 square is 100, so divide both sides by 2, we get A square equals to 50. Now we have to find the value of A. So taking square root on both sides, square root of A square is A, square root of 50. So we split up this 50 into 25 into 2. Square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 2 we cannot calculate. So the length of this square or side of this square is 5 root 2. Now we have to find its perimeter. Perimeter of square is 4 times its side. So we write here perimeter equals to 4 into A. Value of A is 5 root 2. So 5 into 4, that is 20. 4 5s are 20 and root 2 as it is. Therefore the perimeter of this square is 20 root 2. Now see next question, question 7. In figure 2.21, angle DFE equals to 90 degree. FG perpendicular to ED. So see the diagram. Here angle DFE equals to 90 degree. DFE equals to 90 degree. So it is right angle triangle. FG perpendicular to ED. This FG perpendicular to ED. GD equals to 8. This value GD is given 8. FG equals to 12. This FG equals to 12. Find first value of EG, value of FD, and value of EF. So we separate this diagram. So first we consider triangle DGF. This DGF. So this FG is perpendicular to D. So this is right angle triangle, and this is right angle triangle at G. So angle DGF equals to 90 degree. So we use Pythagoras theorem. So use Pythagoras theorem for it. This is hypotenuse. FD is hypotenuse. So we write FD square equals to GD and GF are the adjacent sides. So FD square equals to DG square plus GF square. We have both the value of DG and GF. Substitute the value of DG. Value of DG is 8. Value of GF is 12. So square of 8 is 64, square of 12 is 144. So after adding we get 208. This is value of FD square. We have to find the value of FD. So taking square root on both sides, square root of 208. So for that we split up it, 16 into 13. Square root of 16 is 4. We cannot calculate square root of 13, so keep 13 in root. So the value of FD is 4 root 13. In triangle DEF, angle at EF is 90 degree, angle DEF equals to 90 degree, given DF equals to 90 degree. So again we use here Pythagoras theorem. So ED square, ED is hypotenuse, so ED square equals to sum of the square of adjacent sides. Adjacent sides are DF and EF. So ED square equals to DF square plus EF square. Now this ED can be written. So this ED can be written EG plus GD. Value of EG is not given, but value of GD is 8. So we write this ED as EG plus GD. So substitute the value of GD as 8. So we replace this ED by EG plus 8. Now this DF plus FE square. So value of DF that is FD. Value of DF, or we can take directly this value because we require square. FD square equals to 208. So replace this DF square by 208. EF square as it is. So we denote it by equation number 1. Now consider third triangle. In triangle EGF, this is also right angle triangle. So it is right angle at G. So we again apply the Pythagoras theorem. This is hypotenuse. So EF square is equals to EG square plus GF square. Now we have the value of GF, that is 12. So we write here GF square, that is 12 square, as 144. And we replace the value of EF. So from equation 1 we find EF square as, transfer this 208 to left hand side. So we replace this EF square by EG plus 8 square minus 208. Keep this EG square as it is, substitute the value of GF as 12. So 12 square is 144. Now apply the formula A plus B bracket square. As we know, A plus B bracket square equals to A square plus B square plus twice AB. So we write this as EG square plus 2 times EG into 8 plus 8 square is 64 minus 208 as it is, and right hand side as it is, EG square plus 144. Now see, this EG square get cancelled with this RHS EG square. So 2 8s are 16. So we write here 2 8s are 16 and GB EG as it is. So 16 EG equals to, transfer this 208 to right hand side and 64 to right hand side. So we write 144 plus 208 minus 64. So after adding this we get 352 minus 64, which is 288. Now divide both sides by 16. So we get EG equals to 16. Now substitute the value of EG. So we substitute the value of EG as 18. We get 18 plus 8. Its square equals to 20 plus EF square, that is from equation 1. We substitute this value of EG in equation 1. We get the value of EF. So after substituting this value we get 18 plus 8, that is 26. Its square, that is 676. and after transferring this 208 to left hand side, we get 468 equals to EF square. So in this way we find the value of EF square. Now we require the value of EF, so taking square root we get EF equals to, and after splitting this 6468 as 16 into 13, square root of 36 is 6, and we cannot calculate the square root of 13, so we write this as it is. Therefore value of EF is 6 root 13.